exactly what's going on.
Okay. Good and evil, the difference between the two, is something that's been debated about for many years and will be debated about for many years to come. I'll be arguing for the resolution that states good and evil are delusions. The contextual definition here would be delusions are not absolute. For example, Adolf Hitler did some things that were considered to be very evil. He sought out to destroy an entire race of people. And although that was a very evil thing, the way he got it done was good. He was a professional manipulator. So he had some bad things and he had some good things. He was neither all bad nor all good. The line differentiating the two is very unclear. Therefore, good and evil are delusions. Another example would be when People magazine told of a story of a woman named Helen Johnson of Atlanta, Georgia. She walked into a grocery store one day with more hungry stomachs at home than she had dollars in her pocket. She knew she couldn't afford to provide food for her family, but she knew she had to provide food. She walked in there, stole 3 cartons of eggs, and was caught. The police was called, and when he arrived, he decided not to arrest her because he felt it was improper to arrest someone who was simply trying to provide for his family, or for her family. She did commit evil, committed crime, but her reasons for doing so were good. It's not so cut and dry, good and evil. They are not absolute. Good and evil are delusions. Another example would be in the History Channel original series, The Bible, in episode 2, Homeland, when King David had sex with his best friend's wife, impregnated her, and essentially had him killed to hide the fact that he impregnated her. Now, this was obviously an evil thing to do, but for the most part, David was considered to be a good man. He followed God's law the best he knew how, as far as we know, and he was considerably a good man, but he also did bad things. He was not all bad or all good. They're not so definite. They're delusions. Good and evil are delusions. And my opponent may say that although the line between good and evil is fine, it's not fuzzy. Now, this isn't true because in the Helen Johnson case, she clearly broke the law. She did something evil, but she did it for a good reason. It's not so one way or another. It is kind of fuzzy. There are a lot of gray areas. My opponent may also say that Hitler was totally bad because he wanted to wipe out, or he was against an entire group of people. Now, saying that is just like saying anyone who's against terrorist groups is bad, or totally bad. History.com staff says that Hitler was threatened by the Jewish people. Now, I'm sure most people could say they feel threatened by terrorist groups in one way or another. So, in that way, anyone who feels threatened by terrorist groups and does anything about it is technically just as bad as Hitler is. My opponent may also say that just because King David made a mistake doesn't mean he isn't good. And the thing is that you can't be just good or just bad. That would be absolute. Absolute is not what good and evil are. They coexist within one another. You are not all bad or all good, which is exactly what they're trying to say there. You do make mistakes. You do make right decisions. My opponent may also say that good and evil can't be delusions because they say that there's something that everyone knows for themselves and they aren't just a figment of their imagination. And although everyone does categorize and classify things as good and evil for themselves, they aren't delusions, because delusions is something that would be, for example, take mass murder. Something for a mass murderer that would be good would going out and killing 20 people. Now, that is, for the most part, considered an evil thing. But for a mass murderer, that would be, good in his eyes. He likes doing that. My opponent may also say that it may be true that good and evil are not absolute, but it's false that they are delusions. Now, being regardless of normal beliefs is what delusions means. Aesop said that those who voluntarily put tyrants into power must not wonder if it be at last turned against themselves.